Good morning, everyone. So today we are talking all about your investment traps, potentially where we feel trapped ourselves in investing, but also our clients. So this is not only going to be helpful for you as a coach or a female entrepreneur and business owner, but it's also going to be useful for you, for your clients, to think about what they need, where they're at, how you can really help them, and what that looks like. So I'm really hoping that by the end of this video, not only are you more aware of your investments and your investment traps and the things that you could fall into, but also more aware of your clients. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Caro. So I think it's really important that we talk about this, especially based on where we are in the year as well right now. You know, we're about to go into our second month of Q2 and really start thinking about where we want to go with our investments, what we want them to look like, and how we need to be really mindful of when we potentially hold ourselves back, and also be mindful of when our clients might hold themselves back too. So let me know in the comments box. We're going to start, as we usually do, with a little personal inventory. So I would like to find out from you your word for today. You know, how are you feeling? What are you focusing on? What are you looking to achieve? Where are you? And I'm looking at in the comments box so I can see where you are with everything. And I'm then going to start really getting into this. Morning, Sam. So let me know where you are with all of the information around investing and how you're feeling, what your word is of the day, just all of it. Let me know where you are, and then we're going to get started. And whilst I'm waiting for you to give me your one word, so you're doing your little personal inventory, I also just wanted to let you know why I've put my comment in the box with this title about the BMA closing. So the BMA is closing its doors. So that will mean that at the end of April, we won't be accepting new BMAs, at least for the month of May, because we're focusing on May all around sales psychology, and I really want to make sure that we are joining at the start of a month so that you get the very best, and that I make sure that the value inside there is protected and nurtured. So if you are not inside the Bold Moves Academy, but you want to have access to me as your coach and mentor and an amazing group of incredible like-minded women, now is the time, because the doors will be closing. Pumped, Sam. Okay, I love that word. Anyone else? How are you feeling? What's your word for today or this week or where you're at? Energy, learning to create a program. I'm invested in a 6-month training beginning Monday. That's so exciting. Hey, Lily, been there for a few days. It's a lovely group and supportive environment. Gemma, I'm so glad you said that, and welcome. So yes, let me know your word for today. You know, where are you? Let's do our little inventory of how we're feeling, what we're focusing on. You need to be in the BMA. It's amazeballs. Sam, I mean, what can I say? I would say that it's a jam-packed with value, but this is what I'm going to be talking about today. Investment traps, the traps that we find ourselves in. I feel financially blocked. Ruth, okay. I love the BMA too. Hey, Rachel, let's talk about that, Ruth, for sure. Really good live for you to be on. Anyone else? Do a little inventory of how you're feeling, where you are at right now, what your word is. Showing up. Good. Visibility is very, very important. Very important. Rachel, how are you feeling? What's your word? And there's others that are here live, but I'm unable to speak to you because you haven't said hello yet. So I think that's always really important. I like to be able to just see where you are. Doing a live today on Instagram. Karishma, I'm buzzing for you. I know, I can't wait for your lockdown live. Well done, you. I'm so excited that you've taken that action. I'm so, so proud of you. Perfect. I feel ready to go, but taking time and not rushing things and that, do you know what though, Gemma, that's also really, really important. Not rushing things and making sure you do them. That's what I stand for. It's not about rushing, it's about building sustainability. So I love that. Momentum. Yes, Rachel, you've built so much amazing momentum. I'm so excited for you. I'm tired at the moment. Yeah, you can do this, Melissa, and it's your evening as well, but you can do this. You've got this. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'd love to find out then, out of 5, so as always, seeing where you are, out of 5, how confident are you that you understand your clients' sales psychology and investing patterns. Great word, Melissa. So out of 5, how confident are you that you understand your clients' investing and buying patterns? 5 being super, super confident and 1 being not confident at all. That's what I'd like us to start with. How confident do you feel about your clients? That's good though, Maria. Super glad you're walking the walk. So out of 5, 2. Yeah, okay, perfect. 2. 2. Wow, lots of 2s. 1s. 1. Okay, so for the majority of you, you are going to have 3 sessions on this in the BMA, 3 in-depth sessions about sales psychology, buying psychology, understanding your client, your wording, your sales language. For those of you that are not in the BMA, this is going to be a very brief run through because of course on a live here, it's hard for me to go through everything, and it's also something that I want to make sure that I'm just, giving you a brief overview. But if you are in the BMA, then we are going to go into this in a lot more detail, okay? In a lot more detail. May is focused on sales, selling out, understanding how to sell, understanding how to launch, when to launch, why to launch, your language, your sales patterns, your investment patterns, your buying behaviors. So we're going to go into so much more than I can do in one live on my Facebook page inside the BMA. So if you are there, please don't worry, we're going to go into that more. I haven't made them an offer yet. Okay, Melissa, that's good. We can talk about making sure that you make the right offer as well. Yes, Rachel, for sure. And that's something that we're going to talk about language and who we're talking to in the consumer, 100%. Only launched last week, no clients, but grabbed 50 odd followers in that time. So still massive positive, Gemma, 100%. And again, you're in the BMA, so we can go into that in a lot more detail for you. Me too, Melissa, really pumped for that. So let me just go through a brief overview for you. Okay, so for those of you that are not there, and for everyone watching this is going to give you a brief overview of exactly why these traps could be happening. And if you then are in a situation where you know that potentially you found yourself in these traps too, because let me tell you, here's the other thing, and I say this to all my clients as well. Your investment habits, behaviors, thoughts, and patterns will also be the way that you show up in other areas of your life too. And it will then be what you receive from your clients. So it's important that you also understand your own investment habits and your own investment patterns. So when you are finding yourself in a situation where you want to and then you don't, you do, then you don't, you'll find that is what is repeated and reflected back to you with your potential clients, because that's how you view investing and that's your relationship. Do you see what I mean? So it's really important that you're also aware about your own patterns and your own behaviors, and that it's never just about investing. If you're someone that's like, I really want to do it, but I'm going to wait, I might not, that won't just be when it comes to investing. You'll do that in other areas of your life too. So it's really important that for you as an individual, you as a coach, you're also responsible and accountable for that. And you understand how your behaviors and your mindset and your patterns can impact you in other ways outside of business. So that's just to put that out there. There's always a ripple effect and a knock-on effect. So if you're someone that, let's say you want to work with someone and then you just decide you're not going to, maybe you just don't get back to that coach, for example, that can happen to you and you will have that energy reflected back to you. So it's important that you understand how your investment habits and your investment patterns of behavior also impact and ripple out. Okay, so this is just a time for us to become really responsible in what we're doing and what we're sharing. So my next question, and then I'm going to give you this brief overview, is out of 5, how confident are you in your own investment patterns and habits? 5 is, yep, I always, make the right decision. I'm always really decisive. I'm really confident in all of my decisions. And then 1 is, sometimes I can be hesitant. I don't really understand. I change my mind quite frequently, so where are you at? Yeah. This is I'm so glad, Lily. It's really important to recognize this. So where are you for yourself, 1 to 5? Are you someone that's an action taker and you stick by it? Or do you do something and then you don't, or then you try and then you don't? Where do you find yourself in that bracket, and how confident are you with your own investment strategy? So something that I always think about, 3, I'm getting much better. Yes, Sam, you're taking so much action. So are you, Karishma, as well. But yes, for sure, it does take time. It's something that we have to become responsible with 100%. So, for example, this just to give you an idea, obviously, as a business owner and an entrepreneur myself, I want to make sure that my clients are giving me the best energy and, you know, saying yes and really empowering themselves. But I have to do that too. So if I'm committing to something, I have to then make sure that I commit and I take action if that's what I want my clients to do. I have to make sure that I follow through if that's what I want my clients to do. I have to make sure that I am doing all of the things that I expect my clients to be doing. Do you see what I mean? So it's really important that we think about that mirror effect. I agonize over decisions and also have a hard time justifying spending money on myself. Okay, good. So this justification, that could be something that then comes up with your clients because you project that onto them. Is this going to be too expensive for them? Can they afford it? So you project your limiting beliefs around that onto your clients. Do you see what I mean? But again, we're going to go through that, Melissa. So all of that will be uncovered for you. I've taken the leap too easily. 5 previous memberships later and I'm here. So we make decisions based on our experiences, definitely. And those experiences there allow you to support your clients better. And sometimes it is about making sure, I'd say I sometimes invest too quickly and don't take enough action though. Action, there we go. So then it's about, you want to make sure your clients are taking action. You want to make sure that you are reflecting to them what you are doing and that they then do it too. But difficult if people are blocked financially. But remember, the block is never the finances is never the actual block. Finances is always the trigger or the symptom. The block is more than the finances. I knew I wanted to invest in you within 5 minutes of meeting you. You weren't even there selling. You were investing in yourself that day, but your energy was bounding. Rachel, I freaking love you. Yeah, I see what you mean for sure. It's something I definitely need to work on. It is not money spent. It's us as an investment. Yes, for sure. So here are a few of the overarching things that I want you to be thinking about. This was me, especially as I've always thought the money should be spent on the kids. No more. I know to be able to give all of us more, I need to, yes, exactly. This is the thing. You have to understand that the investment is in yourself. It's not in the product or the person that you're investing in. It's in yourself. So I'm going to give you a few of my, I think I've trusted too easily. So I'm really picky now on who I want to learn from. Hashtag compliment. I'll take that hashtag. So yes, right. So let's get into this then. Hopefully this is giving you some food for thought, getting your juices flowing. I'm really just reiterating to you the importance of your investing habits as well as your clients' investing habits, and understanding that it's not ever just about the money. In fact, it's hardly ever about the money. That is never ever the root of the limit or the block. So the first thing that I want you to be thinking about, I used to do this for years, everything was for the kids, yeah. But you're not doing that now, Rachel, and now look where you are. Amazing things are happening, and then that will create opportunities and that will actually benefit kids 100%. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is, do you let yourself off the hook too easily? So that's the first investment trap, and it's the same for your clients. Do you let yourself off the hook too easily? Do you step back too easily? Do you listen to the excuses too easily? Do you listen to the problems too easily? Do you find all the reasons that you shouldn't too easily? I find it hard with juggling family commitments and channeling investment to right places, both financially. Hello. Okay, that's a great one. That's a great one. Now, when we think about that, and it's more about the time than it is the investment, we're going to come to that one as well. That's actually on here, timing. So I want you to be thinking about, do you let yourself off the hook too easily? So let's say, for example, you do invest in something and then very easily your fear kicks in and you're like, oh my gosh, have I made the right decision? Is this right for me? And then you panic. Do you too easily say, oh, I can't do this now, it's not the right time, or I've made the wrong decision, and you don't actually allow yourself the chance to succeed in that area? So, which leads me into the next one, and your clients can do this too. So letting ourselves off the hook too easily, but that actually comes from a fear of success and comfort levels. So they're the other two that I wanted to share with you. So fear of success and comfort levels. When you're taken out of your comfort zone, it's always easier to focus on what you've already done and where you've already been. So that's really important. When you are out of your comfort level, your subconscious is going to try and take you back to where you've been. but that's where you're trying to grow from. Do you see what I mean? It's like an elastic band. You constantly want to pull, and then it pushes you back again. The subconscious wants to go back to constricting yourself, restricting, but you're trying to expand. But that expansion at the beginning is uncomfortable. It can be a little bit tense, and you've got to push through that, okay? So you want to make sure that you're allowing yourself to stretch, you're allowing yourself that time to expand and get used to that as your comfort level before you just ping straight back and go, no, 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 no. Okay, so that's when we think about our comfort levels. So I really want you to be thinking about that. I keep investing, then don't feel content or feel disappointed and then go and investigate. Yeah, so this is what we need to work on again. And it's not about investing. It's not about the investing. It's about you and that energy and where this contentment or disappointment comes from. It's not about the money. So that number one, do you let yourself off the hook too easily? Do you push yourself and then go, no, straight away, and then listen to the excuses or the fear? Number two, does your comfort level, I'm just going to shut this a little bit, does your comfort level then pull you back down? So do you then allow the elastic band, rather than being really expansive, to just pull straight back, ping straight back, and you think, no? And fear of success. Once you invest, you're telling yourself that you believe in yourself. And sometimes that's scary in itself. That's scary. So fear of success, you invest and then you think, oh no, hang on a minute. Am I capable of doing this? Will this work for me? Is this going to work? Will this pay off? Am I going to get results quick enough? And then we end up in this situation of fearing the success, fearing it. Do you see what I mean? You end up scared of the success, like, wow, this is so overwhelming. And oh my gosh, I just don't know. Is this going to work out? Can I do this? Am I capable? You see? And then that creates a block for your success. Oh my, this hit me. The song Elastic Heart is my growth song. The word elastic kick starts something in me to push myself and succeed. Yeah. So that's the next thing. Actually, the fear of success. The fear of success. The next thing I want to talk to you about is change. Change. Sometimes change can actually be the thing that stops us most. Sometimes I freak out after I've made an investment because I analyze everything so much before spending. I actually get over that and know that it was the right decision. You freak out afterwards, but you've already analyzed everything. So you know it's the right decision. So then what are you freaking out about after you've made the investment, if you already know it's the right decision? So that then change is scary. Change is overwhelming. And when you commit to change, you're committing to changing something in yourself and in your life. And sometimes taking that commitment is actually what's scary. It's not about the investment. It's not about the cost or the value. It's about change. And all of this is relevant for your clients too. But it's more important to recognize that the way that you perceive investing and self-development and growth and accountability, the rest is about that, then comes back to you. That's what's mirrored back to you. If I'm okay, yeah, so the fear of success rather than the money. Okay, yeah. So I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that actually the idea of change is never where comfort lies, but that's why it's change, because you want to move from that state of comfort. But that's the same for your clients. Your clients are in the same situation. And if you're coming from this place, that's what's going to be aligning and projecting to them. And then you're going to find that the conversations you're having with your clients become very similar to the conversations you have with yourself or your potential coach or your potential investment or your loved ones. And you end up then in a really difficult space, because how can you encourage others to follow through, stick and commit to their investments, give things time, give themselves time, allow themselves time, if you aren't doing that too? Do you know what I mean? So it's really important that you're allowing yourself to also show up and remove those investment traps, that you are then able to come from an empowered place with your clients, because you have been through that journey too. So when you think about change, it's also recognizing that change never has the comfort level. Change is about going to where you haven't been before. Change is about moving to where you haven't been before. Change is about allowing yourself to go to where you haven't been, which of course is allowing you to then stretch the elastic band. And when we stretch the elastic band, we find a new level of comfort, and you end up being able to live in this level. So rather than here, really close together, you've now moved yourself to here. Then you move yourself to here, and then here. So your level of comfort, your level of change, your level of success expands. So it's like you have to accept a new way, a new currency, a new energetic exchange for your base level of comfort, your base level of support, your base level of this is where I want to be and this is what I want to focus on. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, because pardon me, it's really important that we understand the difference between this, we invest and then we just pull straight back, you know, that like, ooh. And then if we're doing that, how are we going to be able to encourage our clients to move? And then you end up in this cycle of, if someone works with me, then I'll invest. But then your clients will do the same. I'll invest once this happens. And then you end up in this state of everyone waiting and everybody not doing. Do you see what I mean? So hopefully, and like I said, this is like a brief overview of me trying to give you as much as possible of the overarching traps that we can fall into and be mindful of, and then understanding that there's a lot that you can do to change that. Maybe it's the reason I've stopped and started so much. Well, that Gemma, this is so good. This is such a good reflection, something for you to think about, something for you to really reflect on. And, you know, now you've got the support and you're here, hashtag compliment, you know, so you're in the right place. But this is a good thought, you know, this is a good thought, thinking this is good. Once you've stretched that new area, it isn't so stretched. Exactly. Once that becomes your new normal, it's no longer scary. But there has to be an element of change to allow that to become your new normal. So hopefully this is just giving you an insight, hashtag head buzzing, love it. And I love a hashtag, you know, hopefully this is just giving you an insight, ladies, you know, investing and investments, it's different for everyone, but we have to take accountability for how we show up in that relationship, for how we show up in our businesses and what we are bringing. And if we end up in that cycle of, oh, I'm going to wait for a client to invest in me before I invest in myself, you're not showing your own belief in yourself and your capabilities. And your clients could then do that too. I'm going to wait. And then everyone ends up at this stalemate. Do you see what I mean? We need to be pushing the needle forward for ourselves. We need to be believing in ourselves, creating that for ourselves, growing for ourselves, pushing ourselves forward. We need to be doing that. We need to move ourselves forward. And we need to have that belief that we can succeed, and the acceptance that things take time to become normal. If you invest and then 1 week later, you're like, well, I'm not sure. That's because you're in this state of stretch and you haven't got comfortable in this new stage of expansion. And that matters. Allowing yourself the chance to expand, allowing yourself the chance to actually sit in that expansion. It doesn't happen instantly, but you have to trust in yourself. If you invested in something, it's because you trusted in that process and you trust in yourself. So allow yourself the time to succeed. Allow yourself the time to do, to enjoy, to consume. There's no race. That's the other thing. People are like, oh, I haven't done everything in 2 weeks, so it's not going to work. Why do you need to do everything in 2 weeks, a month, you know, whatever we're saying, okay? And this was me with money. I needed to find money so I can grow and people find me. I'll tell you exactly. It has to become this healthy growth loop, this healthy movement, for sure, for sure. So I'd love to find out your thoughts on this now and where you are. And actually, I'd like to find out, actually, out of 5, how aware are you of where you are now? So it's not about changing it right now, but I just want to know, how aware are you of where you are right now in this investment cycle? 1 is, I'm still not sure where I am or what my habits are or how I think. And 5 is, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm falling into these traps, or I know where I'm stepping up. Where are you out of 5? And also to know, if you are triggered by investing and money, so will your potential clients be. And until you work on these triggers and understanding how they trigger you and why they trigger you, it's going to be really hard for you to unbreak those triggers for your clients because you haven't done it for yourself. Hello, Victoria. I'm just starting. That's good though. This is such an exciting place to be. Such an exciting place to be. 5, good, Maria. So you should be aware of understanding your patterns. 4 or 5. No worries, Gemma. How confident are you in understanding your own investment patterns out of 5? 5 being, yeah, I'm super confident. I know what I'm doing. I know where I've fallen into a trap, or I know what I'm doing next. I find it scary still, but no, nothing will change unless I invest to make a difference. My goal is to be class of 2021, which is massive for me. Oh my God, I freaking love that goal, Sam. Come on. So I think that this is really important to understand and recognize that this can be triggering for some. You know, money, investing, and thinking of the excuses is always our protective. But I have this happening, I have this, but I have that. And then it's really important to understand, why does that trigger us? And if it triggers us, that's how we're going to show up. And if we're showing up from a place of need, you know, I need someone to work with me, I need that to happen, it's also not the energy that you want to put out, and it's not the energy that you want to project. So whatever triggers you will then project out and potentially trigger your ideal clients. Okay, and we can work on that, Gem. 3, yeah. So I think it's really important for you to identify that. Where are you in this journey? Oh, you're so cute. Okay, 4 or 5. I love that, girls. So I think that really matters, you know, that really matters. Allowing you the opportunity to see where you want to move forward. Okay, and understanding that whatever's held you back, I would love to. Oh my gosh, girls, this is amazing. Yes, to all 3 of you. Come on. You can do this. So I think that that's really important for you to start to recognize where your triggers and your blocks come from truly, and understand how you can break those down. Yes, you can. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Lauren. Lauren, there's 3 girls that are wanting to join the class of 2021 on the wait list. Lauren's in the class of 2020. So yes, I think that that's really important for all of us to understand where it hits you in your heart and in your gut and in your thoughts and your thinking on money and investing, and where you want to move yourself forward. A 2 before the BMA, I'd say a 4 or a 5. Now, I love that. The problem I had was I was investing in things that I thought I needed. This was because I wasn't sure what I was doing. I'm more awake now. I love that. I love the BMA. It's changed the game for me. I'm so glad it's changed the game for you, Rachel. Oh my God, it's freaking amazeballs. That's because you're amazeballs. So that's where I want to leave you for this, you know, this half an hour together, giving you this overarching, the food for thought, get your juices flowing, understanding, and just starting the conversation. There's so much that we can do with this. Oh, how confident are you in understanding your own investment patterns? I know where you'll be, Lauren, out of 5. So that's really important. I want you to just recognize that. I want to understand where you're putting yourself. Good morning, Claire. I'm so excited for our calls. I hope you're good. So enjoy this. Enjoy letting this ruminate, letting yourself soak this up and think about where this is for you. And I'm really looking forward to speaking to you more about this, going a bit deeper. And again, like I said, for all of you in the BMA, I'm really looking forward to unpacking this with you in a lot more detail for the whole of May. I'm really, really building on this as a starting point. So I hope you have a 5. I knew that. I hope that you have an amazing Wednesday. And I will see you all over the rest of this week on Instagram and inside the BMA and all that goodness. So have an amazing day. And I really hope this has given you a good half an hour of tangible, juicy goodness that you can reflect and, you know, really soak up and think about where you are and where your ideal clients are and what all of that looks like for you. Have an amazing day.